Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Matorius. This is part 2 of the 1803 live stream by Owen Benjamin with Vertac Tactical.
Literally competing to see who's the worst.
Dude, like, if you get carjacked, what's the odds that you even get a cop come to your house to, like...
I mean, they will probably come if you get carjacked, but because that's a pretty violent crime, but that, I mean, it's when are they going to get there in most of these cases? Like, is there even a cop to go?
What if they're on a paraglider? if you get jacked off a paraglider, do you get like the entire army to show up?
Dude, all right. When I was a police officer and I was on field training, I was like new, and these things go through your head because like at that time the new Batman movie came out. And I'm driving, and cops, we have a good time in the car. And I'm driving with my partner, my training officer, and I go, for real though, like if we were chasing some bank robbery suspects and like they like stopped their car and then got out, and then like a plane or something came in and skyhooked them out. I'm like, and they just hooked up and like, what do we do? And he's like, they win. He's like, that was some serious planning and preparation. They earn that money. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
He's like, we would just take a report and that's it.
The thing about the paraglider story that I find the most odd, and dude, a lot of people are seeing how weird it is that they also got to leave. So the paragliders come in unmolested in the most defended airspace in the world by far. They land at a gay rave, okay? Well, so far, so good. So let's just say that the Iron Dome couldn't register a paraglider for whatever reason. So they land, they hop out, and then they just start committing these, you know, they do a couple rapes, some abortion. They go door to door. They're crushing for like 4 or 5 hours, and then they leave with more people. So like Israel's super defended. I know people literally in the IDF. They're like everywhere. And so how did they so they got in on the paragliders. They crushed a gay rave, did their atrocities, made sure it was, you know, according to the Israeli news outlets, they're doing literal like abortions, like they're doing like, you know, probably surgeries and whatnot, just really going at it. And then they fucking leave with dudes. Like, how did they paraglide out, or did they like go through the door? You know what I'm saying? It's so fucking stupid.
That's weird. I haven't looked into any of this stuff. So.
They paraglided in, they rollerbladed out. Well, the only reason I care is because they're going to want my kids to pay for another war.
Yeah.
Like, I literally don't care. It's not like I like Hamas, or it's like I fucking like am mad at anybody, or I think like, you know, gay rave atrocities off a paraglider are good. I'm just saying that this whole pattern of like, you know, highly emotional propaganda, get you to fund a war and fight in a war. Oops, it was all fake, but you got to pay for it. And then my kids are like, Dad, what did you...
Highly emotional propaganda. How about highly emotional and manipulative propaganda? The same way that he starts off every live stream. Very hypnotic, it's for a reason. There's a reason why he starts off every live stream, at least here lately, with the only thing that comes out of his mouth is, I'm so tired of things being done to me.
Do when they were lying us into a war, and so like that's one reason why I like to speak out about this stuff, is because down the line I want my kids to know that I wasn't for it when they have to pay for all the bullshit, you know. What's your thoughts?
Fake and gay. Like, obviously shit's happening there and that's all great, but like it's funny how quickly people go from oh yeah, like I guess the wars in the Middle East were all bullshit and we basically lost, like I'm sorry, but we did. And then we leave all our shit over there. And then now they're like, maybe we should go back and do it again.
But that's the thing, though, is that it depends on, if you believe the narrative that they tell you, then sure, it's easy to say that we lost. But you expect me to believe that we spent billions of dollars doing something and they didn't accomplish what they wanted to accomplish? Yeah, we might have lost, but they didn't. They have objectives that they don't tell anybody about. They don't tell the masses about what they're actually doing or why they're doing it, the motives behind what they're doing or why they're doing it.
Veterans are I'm going to get my multicam back on.
And it's the same guy who said that they had weapons of mass destruction. It's not even like it's a different guy. It's literally the same dude. Speaking of fake and gay, do you remember not that long ago when I was warning the people about Mr. Oliver Anthony? Well, here he is. People like me. In a pink hat. Smile like you just sucked a dick.
Less than 10 minutes in, referencing another man performing a homosexual act by Owen Benjamin. I mean, he literally can't help himself from making comments like that.
Rich man, and then everyone's going to now pretend that everyone always saw it all along.
He wants to go back to the good old days when they faked the moon landing and would draft you to force you to go to Vietnam and die in the jungle. Yeah, that was the good old days.
Come on, man. Dude, it's a despair anthem for a conquered people.
Yeah.
I mean, total. And people are just going to.
Talking about a despair anthem. Once again, he starts off all of these live streams, at least here lately, with the only thing out of his mouth saying, I'm tired of things being done to me.
Pretend that everyone saw it, even though like a million people told me I was just jealous because he's the real voice of the people. Well, now he's grinning like he just sucked a dick wearing a bedazzled pink hat, literally a month after. And people are like,
if you've ever been in an atmosphere like that, I would almost guarantee you that there was probably some kind of a bachelorette party or whatever going on. A lady was wearing a hat like that and they were having a good time. And that person, that lady, gave him that hat. And because he's on stage wanting everybody to have a good time, he put the hat on.
oh yeah, obviously he's gay. Okay, song is awful. How did people fall for that? It's the four chords. And because he appealed to people's anger and envy and resentment because they have to go to work. Unbelievable. Alvarente's got bitches. I know, but I still have some bounce in my tit. So I don't want to, I don't have the kind of tits that guy has, but, let's just say I'm doing a lot of dips.
Let's try to keep it intellectual and not go after his physical appearance.
I know, but the tits and then the fact that he's a ginger, like these are.
Brennan. So Brandon, or is it Brennan? Mr. Vertac. Let's try to keep it intellectual. Yeah. It's almost as though he doesn't know the person that he's sitting next to.
Red heifer?
With a bedazzled pink hat.
Yeah, with a cowl.
One of the things that you've noticed, if you've listened or watched the videos that I put out, I've rarely ever mentioned how Owen Benjamin looks. Rarely ever. I would almost dare say I have never, but never say never. I'm sure I've done probably close to 1,000 videos, I would think. I don't know. I haven't looked in a while, but I'm sure I've said something, but very, very few and very, very far between.
My shirt. He knows his way around a dumpster. Moon Jazz Bear woke me up to that guy. Can't believe you didn't see it, BB. Shut up, Bowler Bear, you fuckface. Dude, I think fuckface is a phenomenal insult. It's so aggressive.
I think crispy lizard is a pretty decent insult. And I heard one the other day, yesterday or the day before. What was it? It was, you depressed looking toilet brush. Or you depressed toilet brush. Like, what? Wow.
Like, think about how aggressive it is to be like, shut up, fuckface. Codsworth, super chats. And then we're about to get into zombie apocalypse. I want to show you guys what really matters. Brandon.
Less than 12 minutes in and super chats.
Made an awesome video that I played, and he tells his classes a lot that you have to have something to protect. Like, he'll teach you how to use a gun, do tactical training, all that. But to have something to protect makes you a real warrior. And Amy caught this moment with me and my boy Freddie yesterday. Is already a confirmed North Idaho Patriot prepper. Check this out. Hang on. Amy just made a discovery. What did you find, love?
I was just putting stuff away, and I just opened the pantry that Jack had been in earlier, and I realized he had stashed all his weapons in there. I think he was staging a rebellion.
He stashed a flag.
Sword. Irritable.
He's a prepper. No, he does it all the time now. He gets a cache of weapons. And then he puts it with his flag, and he guards.
It's so interesting that kids do that. Unprompted.
The door.
He's like, don't worry, Walter, if you ever need to declare war.
All right, here's some super chats. Tips for the little man on the chimes. Good job, Jack. Thanks, Kathy. Billy D. Bear. Last night's stream had me laughing out loud all by myself. On an unrelated note, I hear that LOLing alone is gay. Please accept this copay for gay away treatment. It is. It is gay. Next up, we got Flatlander Bear. People talk.
This is probably one of the most successful spells that he has crafted against his own audience, and he is this is whenever I say Luciferian tactics, this is one of the things that I'm referring to, because he tells you what he's doing, he does it, and then they comply. He tells you, I'm gonna say something, make you feel a certain way, and then make you redeem yourself by paying that away. So he tells you what he's doing, and then people actually willingly comply, because you have to give consent whenever you live in the realm that Owen presents. because he doesn't live in reality. He lives in a certain realm that he has curated for himself, an echo chamber, a realm that's not based in reality, just based in lies that he has presented as truths. And he said this a couple times, that as long as one person believes that lie, there is some kind of truth to it, because it becomes truth in their reality, in their realm.
About not trusting the J, but what about the fats? Interesting. Rarely do you see a hardworking, honest person that is also a fatty. If you can't take care of your body, how do you provide value for your community? Losing weight is one of the few things you can do by not doing something. Shame the fats for a prosperous society. I agree, but sometimes a fat is a fat because they want to look unattractive because they were molested. And I actually feel bad for those people. Josh says, Scandalin Bear here. Here's my payment for the special. I can't believe people will sacrifice friendship for money, especially when there was going to be so much more money to be made as the special was promoted. It's crazy, man. Are people that insecure?
That was an interesting statement that Owen just made. Sometimes a fat is a fat because they had something done to them, because something was done to them and they don't want that to happen again. He'll say these certain things that break down your guard, that forces you or helps you lower your guard. And then that's whenever he slips in like a slithering snake and does what a snake does. This is the Texas Goat Radio Show, and I'm your host, Matorius. As always, till next time.